All right. Well, first off, I just want to thank everyone so much for attending this very special event. It's so great to see such an outpouring of support for our local law enforcement officers. When it comes to appreciation for law enforcement, I must admit I am a little bit biased. For most of his professional life, my husband, Stephen, that handsome man right there, he's worked in law enforcement, and even though I myself have a better understanding of the risks our police and our deputies face, it's still easy even for me to sometimes take those risks for granted. And that's truly because we live in such an overwhelmingly safe and peaceful community. And yet, we live in this overwhelmingly safe and peaceful community directly because of the men and women of law enforcement, all these men and women behind me. These men and women deserve a full measure of our gratitude and our respect. And around the country, we've seen just the opposite. We've seen a great deal of violence and outrage towards law enforcement. Nationwide, there have been 85 line-of-duty deaths of law enforcement officers so far this year. The number one cause of death was gunfire. Nationwide, we've also seen a rise in disrespect and disregard towards law enforcement. This also hits close to home. Many of you, I'm sure, saw the video from Palm Beach County, a woman in Palm Beach County just last week. She was pulled over for going 31 miles over the speed limit. And do you know what she told the officer? No wonder you people get shot. Now, in every profession, we all know there are people who act inappropriately and abuse the public trust. In such incidents, investigations are warranted. Investigations should be thorough and uncompromising in the pursuit of justice. But traditionally, during such incidents involving law enforcement, society has given the benefit of the doubt to those who took the oath to uphold the law, those who put their very lives on the line to protect the rest of us. Lately, however, there's been a disturbing departure from this tradition. In many such incidents involving law enforcement, citizens in custody, or suspected of crimes, the benefit of the doubt has not been given to law enforcement. In fact, it's just the opposite. And we've seen tragedies exploited and communities divided. We've all seen it. And all the while, elected officials are standing by silently. The message this communicates is that respect for the role and the sacrifices of law enforcement just really isn't that important. Well, we are here today to communicate an entirely different message. As residents and representatives of Stuart, Sewells Point, Jupiter Island, Ocean Breeze, and throughout Martin County, we want to send a clear message. We stand with our law enforcement officers. Every single one of you. We recognize the dangers and the difficulties you face every day. We respect the risks they take, and we greatly appreciate all that you do. Most importantly, we are thankful that you all stand ready. And we are thankful for what you're willing to do on our behalf. To our Stuart Police, Sewells Point Police, Jupiter Island Public Safety, and our Martin County Sheriff Deputies, we all thank you. We are officially proclaiming this Saturday, September 19th, as Thank a Law Enforcement Officer Day. We encourage everyone in Martin County to thank their local law enforcement officers and tell them how much you appreciate them. I am presenting this joint proclamation to the Sheriff, William D. Snyder, and I'm going to ask him to come forward and accept on behalf of all law enforcement officers in the county.
Sheriff, stay with me. Thank you all very much. Madam Mayor, thank you. City Manager Paul Nicoletti, I don't know where you walked off to, but thank you very much. I think you were the driving force behind this, and I would like to publicly thank you. And To the men and women here that represent law enforcement, thank you all so much for what you do. Sheriff Crowder and I would both say that most of the danger we face on any given day is a paper cut or carpal tunnel, but you all get up every single day and put on those uniforms, or in the case of detectives, put the badges on your belt. And you go out willing to sacrifice your life if need be for anybody in this room, for anybody in this county, for anybody passing by through this county. And I so much appreciate what you do. And to the citizens that have come out today, I want you to know something. We are collectively, I think I speak for the group, most happy when we're behind the scenes, out of the public eye, and doing our job. We love what we do. There is not one man or one woman in this building wearing a badge or wearing a uniform who does not feel that. We collectively love what we do. You could not pry these jobs out of our hand. And we don't do it for glory and honor or fame or money, certainly. We do it because all of us have an instinctive desire to make our community, our city, our town, our county, our state, and our country all the better for our having been here. And although there have been some outlier law enforcement issues throughout the country, the overwhelming majority of those of us in this industry do what we do because we want you to be safe. We want you to get up in the morning, go to work, leave your houses behind, have your children go to school, go to church on Sunday, go to synagogue on Saturday, whatever you do, and come back home and find that your property is in order and has been protected. And so we are honored, Mayor, by this proclamation. I accept it on behalf of the men and women that are here. And if there's anything any of us can ever do, please do not hesitate to call us. And Sheriff Crowder, you spent 20 years doing exactly the same thing I'm doing. I would be most honored if you at least say one word.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Bill. It's a pleasure to be here today, and it's comforting to see that things are going on in a good manner. I think my successor is doing a great job. He's a good sheriff, and Martin County has had a long history of good law enforcement. It's an honor to be part of it. One thing about law enforcement, what we do in law enforcement, or what we used to do in law enforcement, is ordained in the Bible, in the book of Romans. And we are given a commission there, what we are expected to do. And it's nice to be able to take comfort in that and know that you're doing something that is ordained and that is important, and that God expects to be provided for his people. I hope everyone has a great day, and I appreciate this gesture for our law enforcement. I'm not out there anymore, as you can tell by no tie and messed up hair, but I remember those days fondly, and I remember the feeling that I had whenever I had the opportunity to help someone, as all of these officers do. They're out there to help you and serve you, and they're proud to do it for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff Snyder and Sheriff Crowder. Congressman Murphy was unable to be with us this morning. However, he has asked that his aide, Kayleen Rowley, come up and just give a quick message from him.
On behalf of Congressman Patrick Murphy, who could not be here today due to votes in the House, I thank all of those who serve or have served on the front lines in our neighborhoods, keeping our communities safe every day. This Saturday, across Martin County, we will unite for Thank a Law Enforcement Officer Day and pay tribute to all those who serve and protect us with courage and dedication. It is important that they know they have the full support of our local, state, and federal government. So thank you to Stuart Mayor Kelly Glass-Layton, Jupiter Island Mayor Whitney Pidett, Seawolves Point Mayor Paul Luger, Ocean Breeze Mayor David Myers, and Council President Ann Cagdis of the town of Ocean Breeze for encouraging this day of unity and recognition of our law enforcement officers. And a special thank you to Martin County Sheriff William Snyder and to all those in Martin County Sheriff's Office for keeping our community safe. I am grateful for the opportunity to be here on behalf of the Congressman to stand in support of those in uniform and recognize their extraordinary service. Thank you.
All right. Again, I just want to thank everybody for coming out this morning to this very special day. I will say that it is a true honor and a privilege for me to have the ability to stand up here and to address all of these great men and women behind us. And before we wrap up, we do have a few. Do you want to? Going to give the other proclamations out?
Yes, I do have those, and we can hand those out to each of the mayors if you would like to see that, and to the county.
Sure.
Also, the law enforcement officers' wives are selling these outside if you want to.
Do we have a demonstration of one? Just for
There we go.
perfect. These are ribbons that the law enforcement officers' wives, they're outside, they are selling them. This is what they start out as, and this is what they end up as. If anyone would like to purchase one, they are outside. We are hanging them on our mailboxes, our trees on our home, just showing support for law enforcement. And before everyone leaves, we just have a few more proclamations I just would like to quickly hand out to some of the mayors that are here. I'm going to call their names and ask them to come down and receive the proclamation. This one is for Whitney D. Pida, who is the mayor of the town of Jupiter Island. All right, then we have Paul Luger. He's the mayor of Sills Point. And then we have David Myers. He's the mayor, town of Ocean Breeze.
Thank you.
And we've got Ann Giddis, the council president of the town of Ocean Breeze. Another one.
That way.
He's not in. All right, good deal.
Thank you.
And then I would also like to give one to Commissioner John Haddix. He's also here. He is one of our county commissioners.
Thank you very much, Kelly.
Sorry, let's get a quick picture.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Great, thanks a lot.
All right, again, I'd just like to thank everyone for coming out this morning. I would like to note there are some donuts and coffee right behind you. After all, this is a law enforcement opportunity, so thanks again. Have a great day, guys.
Good to see you.
Do a great job. We were here for one of the meetings a few weeks ago.